channel. We're just going to jump straight into it today. It's a quite short video, but I have just picked up these Arrtx Jelly Gouache. So I've seen them a lot on people's YouTube recently. These I picked up from AliExpress. They cost $28. It came from Spain. I did expect it to take like a week to get here, but actually only took a few days, surprisingly. I chose this set because it had a lot more of the pastel sort of colours, and I already use a Arrtx gouache set that I could mix anything else that isn't in here. So the idea of this is that they are jelly cups. They're 30 mils of paint that once you have opened them, you're supposed to be able to seal them up in the box and not have a problem. If they dry out, you can just spray them with water and they're good to use again. So I saw a few videos, people said they were quite awkward to open. I didn't struggle too badly. It does get messy because the paint's all over the place. A few of them were a little difficult, but I decided I was going to use the lids to swatch, so I didn't have to waste any paint, although they were really good value for money. So as you saw, the kit had a couple of little cards when I opened it with the colour references on, so the idea is you could buy just the colour and refill it that way. And I chose it in this sort of mint green casing, and I quite like it, and it comes with its own little tray inside. It's not big enough, but it's perfectly good. So I just started out doing some swatches, and the consistency is very similar to my Arrtx gouache, and they are very opaque. They are, I think, a little easier to use than the Arrtx. They've got a little more glide to them, and the colours are still really pigmented when there's water added. But I was very nervous about ending up sticking my brush into each colour and cross-contaminating, and that's what I don't like about watercolour palettes. I like to have the squeezy tubes, but I always feel like I'm wasting paint. So this video is actually kind of inspired by one that I saw on Arlie Bean's channel. She's an incredible artist, and I'll link her Instagram down below. So this was almost an artist study of her painting. Really throwing myself out of my comfort zone. I am not a master of abstract painting, and I always find it difficult to go from very patchy to something readable. I don't know if you noticed, but I might have forgotten to press record in the beginning, so there was some paint already laid down in this sketchbook. So this is also a new sketchbook. It's a Strathmore mixed media. I don't think I've ever spent that much money on a sketchbook in my life, but it has a really nice paper, and the paints I found were really easy to work with and blend. It took a little bit of learning to not add too much water, because it just sort of took it over the edge, and it obviously reactivates the paint below. But once I got the hang of that, it wasn't too bad. The best thing about gouache and it being in this form is I can just pick out a thick layer of paint and do some really graphic and statement marks on my painting. I did enjoy doing this method, but I've bought this sketchbook in an effort to do more portraiture. So I was thinking, after I finish my Pantone challenge, which if you are following me on Instagram you will see, I have been a bit behind schedule with YouTube and Instagram and everything at the moment, but I do promise to get back on track. But this sketchbook I want to focus on portraiture, and I am looking at starting the 100 portraits in 10-day challenge. So you do 10 portraits a day. They don't have to be big expressive paintings or oils or anything like that. They could just be really quick pencil sketches, just to really encourage the skill of proportion and making something look realistic. I have done a couple portraits since with the gouache in this book, to say they don't look like the people they're supposed to be, but I promise to practice, and hopefully we'll be doing this challenge. But yeah, I really enjoyed this painting. I apologise for the shakiness in the video. I was away, and this table that the camera was mounted to was not particularly sturdy. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you might be interested in buying these gouache paints. I would say they are really good budget paints for sketchbooks and things like that. I will let you know how they well they last, and if the colours fade or anything like that. But so far I am really enjoying using them. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. So keep safe, keep smiling. Bye.